Touched on some of this already. Let's take a few minutes to talk more about access that we can achieve using physical social engineering techniques. In a social setting, either at Starbucks or at someone's office, information can be simply visible or audible. We may be able to make something out on someone's screen. It may be on a sticky note on a wall, or you may be able to hear something that gives you some sort of an edge. Having physical access to a location may mean that you can get into the network closet or data center. Now imagine what you could do if you were able to get access to a physical server or network running the organization. Sometimes a call is less likely to get you what you want. Email and SMS are not much better, but being there in person may do the trick. The scenario we covered earlier where soggy documents prompted you to request a reprint is a scenario that you could only carry out in person. I've often walked through corporate offices and noted each and every computer that wasn't locked and unattended to. These types of finds can help you get a foothold quickly and easily as well. Let's talk a bit about physical attack vectors. How do we gain entrance if we don't have appropriate ID? Well, simply walking in with someone else can often do the trick. It helps to have your hands full, or you may even have a fake ID card with you. If the door is already open, you can simply pretend to swipe it as you walk through the door. This is known as tailgating or piggybacking. If you're able to get a hold of an existing ID card, using RFID cloning equipment, you can create your own copy of a given card. Once a clone is made, it'll work just like the official card. Sitting at cafes or observing someone working is known as shoulder surfing or eavesdropping. This technique can be used to obtain information such as usernames and passwords, and even provide insight that you can incorporate into your pretext. As mentioned earlier, if a company doesn't shred documents, they may be in a dumpster out back. Gathering intelligence about an organization may require you to spend some time with the corporate garbage. Using this technique, we can obtain invoices, purchase orders, passwords, financial data, and possibly even personally identifiable information directly from documents people throw away. Impersonation is another technique heavily used in physical social engineering. For example, having a uniform of any kind gives your presence some authority. People just don't think that someone would put on a uniform if it wasn't for an official purpose. As such, you may be able to get access to network closets or get into someone's PC simply by asking. Baiting allows you to offer something to the target. For example, how about a $25 Amazon gift card sent to them via email in PDF format simply for answering some simple questions? Of course, the PDF will create the shell you need to gain a foothold, all thanks to the bait, in this case, the $25 Amazon gift card. Time to review with a learning check. If I was to ask you what social engineering principle helps you manipulate someone by doing them a favor or giving them a small gift, what would you say? If you said reciprocity, you would be correct. Now, if I asked you to describe and explain your backstory, what am I referring to? Yep, you guessed it, pretext is the right answer. Now here's an easy one. If you send an email to a bunch of employees at Company X asking them to log into a specific portal by a certain date or their account will be suspended, what are you doing? Yes, you're phishing. Okay, and if you're going through the corporate garbage bin, what are you doing? Yes, we're dumpster diving. In this module, we reviewed social engineering concepts. You should be able to identify and describe the 6 principles of social engineering, which are reciprocity, commitment, social proof, authority, liking, and scarcity. We talked about the 4 phases of a social engineering attack, which include research, choosing a target, pretext, and exploit. These 4 phases help us establish the specific attack vectors that we'll be using, which can be phishing, vishing, smishing, or impersonation, or any combination. Physical attack vectors include tailgating, RFID cloning, shoulder surfing, dumpster diving, and baiting. Lastly, impersonation can be physical or digital. We can pretend to be the CEO, a courier with important documents, or we can be sending phishing emails that look like legitimate ones. or even clone an existing website and use them as rogue websites. In the next module, we'll look at consequences of these types of attack, including identity theft and insider threats. We'll also look at the various countermeasures available to us to deal with social engineering attacks. See you there.